We're at the Piano Gallery in Faringdon for a very special presentation given by Yamaha's leading specialist, Bert Smorenburg. Is that how you say it?
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, you practice.
I have.
That's great.
So, Bert, what are you here today to show off?
Well, what I'm going to show you is a Yamaha grand piano, an acoustic instrument, best of both worlds, I always say, because I combine an acoustic instrument with technology, digital technology. It's called Silent SH. And Silent SH means you can use the acoustic piano also in silent mode with headphones, with a fantastic new sample from a CFX, a concert grand piano. Plus, you can have recording possibilities. You can play backing tracks and play along with that. You can hook it up to a computer or an iPad. So many possibilities. But above all, it's always still a fantastic acoustic instrument, and that's what I'm going to show tonight.
Okay. There have been silent pianos before. How is this better?
Basically, the quality of the first piano sample that is in, it's called binaural sampling. What they have done is they have recorded it in a way that if you sit behind your instrument or in front of your instrument, how do you call that in English?
In front of.
On your piano seat, right?
Yeah.
With headphones on, you really feel like an ambience around your piano. It's really as if you are actually playing a CFX. It's extremely realistic, and that allows you to play for many, many hours, and that's very important, even with headphones.
Okay. Now, I'm sure hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people have seen you in videos for a number of years.
Yeah.
How did you get into this?
That's a long time ago. Long time ago when I was young and innocent. The thing is, I've always been into electronic music, basically. My background is classical church organ, actually. And then I started to go into electronic music, and I started to win some composition prizes in Holland. And then I started to slowly work a bit for Korg, a bit for Roland, a bit for Yamaha. And I somehow got stuck with Yamaha. And then I started to do the music exhibition Musikmesse in Frankfurt. And that is like the window to the world. And I did quite controversial kind of presentations. I try always to be a bit shocking, a bit annoying and stuff like that. And it worked because all the different subsidiaries worldwide started to invite me. And I've been traveling the whole world ever since for about 10, 12 years now. Okay. And in the beginning, it was only keyboards and synthesizers. And slowly, since the last 2-3 years, I've been really involved in acoustic instruments combined with digital technology, like silent and disc clavier as well. And next Messe, I will be, in March, I think that is in Frankfurt, I will be presenting a transacoustic. And transacoustic is a complete new concept with built-in transducer speakers. You're going to love this. You really have to come to Frankfurt. And then you play, and the sound will come from the soundboard. Even when it's an e-piano or strings, it will all come from the soundboard of the piano. So much stuff going on.
I think you should come back to Faringdon with that.
Yes, Faringdon. I've never been here before. It's great. You know, great food, everything. Oh. It's very small, isn't it?
It's quite small. How do you like it so far, though?
Well, I really like it. We have had some lunch there and some shopping. We bought some cake, so that's really nice. Oh. It's a good place.
So you're touring at the moment with this Silent Revolution. How have people received it so far?
Well, the interesting thing is, when especially traditional piano players, when they see cables and headphones, they think, oh, this is a digital instrument and stuff. So sometimes I really have to convince them that we're still talking about a full acoustic instrument. But once they understand the concept of the combination, they really, really like it. So I always have to find a way to win them over, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And then, for example, I did the conference for traditional piano teachers, and they're so skeptical about technology. But I don't mind that because I understand that as well. Mm-hmm. So I have to explain them. There's nothing has changed in the piano. It's just, all the technology added to the acoustic instrument. Okay. And once they get that, they really, really like it.
Brilliant. Well, I hope all the rest of the tour goes well and everyone receives the silent piano, the Silent Revolution well as well. And we really want to see you back here.
Well, I would love to come back to Faringdon.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much. So, this is an acoustic piano. I have to start with that because a lot of people see cables hanging, they see a PA system, they see a mixer, and they think, oh my goodness, no, this is completely acoustic. From Yamaha, I work for Yamaha, right? So whatever I talk about, it's only about Yamaha. types of grand pianos. We have upright pianos where this whole system is built in. I'm going to repeat everything 3 or 4 times tonight. What I want you to do is, especially when I'm going to talk about this stuff, I want you to be as skeptical as you can, right? Like, I don't trust this. That's how I want you to think. Yeah, and I have to convince you tonight that you can trust this, right? So, like I said, acoustic piano, you can play anything you want. Classical stuff. What I always learned is when you play classical stuff, it doesn't matter what kind of stuff you play, you have to look as difficult as you can. Have you tried that? You're not a piano player yet, but you will be a piano player. So you have to go like... Now your friends will think it's really difficult what you're doing. Trust me. You have to start at a very young age with that stuff. You play piano already? You are. What kind of music do you play? Rihanna. No? I play everything tonight, but only the first 4 bars. That's what I do. That's all I know. If you have an instrument like this, which is absolutely amazing, all you want to do is play night and day, right? And that's what I do. I play 3 o'clock in the morning. I want to play. It's Beethoven, right? Furilis. Wow, no, seriously. This is Furilis before she broke up with him. She broke up over the phone. You can't trust women nowadays anymore. And then he changed everything into minor. So the whole thing. You want to play at 3 o'clock in the morning, and of course for me it's no problem because I live in a castle. You know, only fields around my massive castle. For me it's easy. But if you're in an apartment building or a house with neighbors, do you have neighbors? I don't like that. But imagine you have neighbors. You also want to play 3 o'clock in the morning, and then neighbors won't appreciate that. Who has that feeling sometimes, that you want to play at 3 o'clock in the morning? You do. And then it's all this heavy jazz stuff, you know. You know, the whole thing, that's all the stuff that he plays all the time, and then the neighbors go like bang, bang, bang. So what you want then is a silent system. So, the silent system, what it does is, there's a mechanical thing inside, and then the hammers are still hitting like this, so nothing changes in the feel of the playing. They just don't hit the strings anymore. That's all. Like this. Did you hear that? It's a mechanical thing. And suddenly, you still have the same feel, but you just don't, the hammers just about not hit the strings. Can you imagine that? And then you can do the same thing, all your difficult jazz stuff. All you hear is the keys. So, I'm going to play Rachmaninoff in silent mode. No, just kidding. I'm not going to play Rachmaninoff. But this is great because imagine that you're playing in the silent mode and there's no compromise on the quality of your keyboard. And that is the basic concept of the silent system. You're still 100% playing on the same quality keyboard, the same amazing acoustic instrument, except you don't hear anything. Don't you like that? So if you make a mistake, you won't know. That might be for you as a beginner. It's going to be great.
Could be good.
You know, and everybody's going to appreciate you because nobody's going to hear you. So, of course, then we think, okay, how are we going to solve this silence? And then they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a headphone system, and we're going to have a tone generator. This is a tone generator, and that means all the playing here will be registered by this tone generator, and then we have a piano sound, a very nice sounding piano sound. You cannot imagine that. It's a digital piano sound. However, it sounds incredible on headphones, and as soon as I plug it in and I listen to it, I have a great piano sound. Bye. So I want you all to experience what I'm hearing right now later on, right? Because this is so cool, the fact that you have such a great sounding piano on your headphones. But of course, you think, wait a minute, An acoustic piano, headphones, I don't want to have headphones, I hate headphones. Because all these digital pianos, they sound aggressive, I get tired, I cannot practice longer than 50 minutes, and I do understand that. And that's why Yamaha Japan developed a completely new sounding digital piano sound for headphones. It's based on our CFX Concert Grand, which is our massive flagship. And they sampled it in a way that when you're sitting here, you actually think with your headphones that you are in a normal listening environment. You are in an ambience around it, with the left side here, the right side here, and they call that binaural recording. Imagine this. They have a head, a fake head here, an artificial head, where my head is, like this. Can you imagine that? And in the ears, they build 2 microphones. And these microphones have been registering all the notes of the CFX Concert Grand Piano. They all register and they put that in this tone generator. And that means that if you're sitting here, it really feels like a very acoustic surrounding, like an ambience in your headphone. I told you in the beginning, be as skeptical as you can. I don't believe this guy. That's fine, because I really want you to try this yourself later on. But of course, I can imagine that you think, yeah, wait a minute, this is very difficult. How can I hear this instrument? Well, that's why we brought a small PA system. And I connected the outputs of this little tone generator to this PA system, so now you can hear it as well. So then what I can do now, I can open up the volume. And suddenly you have a piano like this. And of course you can turn it up a bit and you go like. Suddenly you're listening to a digital piano, however you're still playing without any compromise on an acoustic piano. So, but if we can play piano like this, we can do other stuff as well. I have here a tone generator. I can just go to the next voice, and suddenly, instead of acoustic piano, I can play a E-piano from the 80s. Remember this? This kind of stuff, typical Whitney Houston stuff, you know. Very important if you want to play romantic music. Why do you want to play romantic music? To impress your girlfriend or your wife. That's the only reason. So what you do, you select a nice E-piano and you go like, listen darling, we need to talk, you know? And then you have an E-piano. It's suddenly very, very inspiring. No compromise on the acoustic instrument, no compromise whatsoever. On top of all that, you have the silent system. So now you're hearing it on a PA system, but of course you can also listen on headphones. And if you don't want to use headphones, you can even put maybe 2 small speakers here, connected directly to the speakers, and you can listen to the E-piano or anything at all through the speakers. So there's a lot of possibilities. Wurlitzer, you know, like typical, the old Wurlitzer piano. Do you recognize this kind of pop tunes? This kind of thing? Or maybe you're waiting to you can even hear the key off sampling. And you can play all your Bach stuff. Like that. Or maybe something else. Maybe you want to more in. You know what I mean? I can do anything I want today. You see my difficult face? all right there. Another example, maybe something like this. And of course, you think, wait a minute, I hear reverb, but it's quite a small room. Can we change the reverb? Yes, you can. If you push this button again, you can go to the amount of reverb. So if I want to take it out, it's like this. And if I want to have a lot of reverb, like this. So you can change all that kind of thing. I'm going to show you something else. A bit of more different sounds, like typical jazz organ. See what I mean? That's the kind of stuff you can do. Or strings. And then of course you have the whole dynamic thing. Very soft, like. You know this tune? And then of course you can also combine this, so I can say I want piano and strings. Also very nice. I'm still talking about the tone generator. Can you imagine how you're expounding the ideas you're having? So you started out with a beautiful acoustic piano, and on top of that you have all this. Another thing I really like about this is that you can record everything you're doing. So normally you used to be recording this as MIDI files and stuff like that. I don't want to make it complicated. I just want to have a WAV file, a real audio file, something that I can stick in my computer and have an MP3 straight away. Well, you can do that with this instrument. You can plug in a USB stick. He will automatically see the USB stick, and soon as you push record and play, it's recording. With this USB stick I can do other things. I can also have playbacks on this, for example my own band, or maybe something you downloaded from the internet, legal, illegal, you know. Both is fine. In Holland we only do legal stuff, you know that, right? Holland is a very civilized country. So I'm just going to plug it in, and instead of going to A, I'm going to C, and C means playback, so I'm going to hold it for a second, like this, until it's blinking, and I go to C, and then I get to the playbacks of the piano, and that means I can play along with anything I want, and that's fun. Shall I try something? Alright, let's see what happens.
Please don't stop the music.
order to have this instrument in your living room, you have to do a few practical things. First of all, do you have furniture?
Get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Yeah. Or keep your back door open, because then this last part can just, will fit. If you don't have that space, we have amazing upright pianos as well, with exactly the same silence system in it. So it doesn't have to be a concert grand, it can also be an upright, and the quality is 100% identical. I want to show you something else, because I brought an iPad. Why did I bring an iPad? Because nowadays everybody has an iPad. You know that, right? Do you have one?
Not
yet, but you will. Okay, I know. I knew you were going to say that. Anyway, so what happens is now Yamaha makes a lot of apps nowadays. For example, an app to help you practice, because nobody wants to practice. So I'm going to show you something like this. I'm going to open it up. Code. Are you sure? Yes, I'm very sure. And then I have a few apps here, and this one is called Piano Diary. What happens with Piano Diary? You can record everything that you're playing here, and it will store that information in a diary. That means 1 week later you play the same exercise again, and you can compare with the week before. Did I improve? You know what I mean? I'm going to show you, of course. So imagine you're a student, you don't have a gig, so you're not very motivated, you don't have any performances in the music school, so then motivation is always a big problem. Then you have Piano Diary, and you will get motivated by hearing the progress of your piano playing. Do you like that? Can you imagine that? So what you need for this is MIDI. MIDI means that if I play something here, this tone generator will send this information directly to my iPad. It is that easy. So I'm going to show you how that works. Because for that you need a MIDI cable. This is the MIDI cable right here, and it goes into the typical iPad plug like this. And as soon as I plug it in like this, it will hopefully say to me, MIDI accessory connected. So what you see here is MIDI information. That means all the note information from the keys are now going directly into the iPad. What I can do now is I can record like this. Yeah. I recorded it, I push stop, and I want to hear it. And now my iPad is playing back from my silent piano. So cool, isn't it? And then again, what we talked about, you have this exercise and you have played it 10,000 times without any mistake at home, and then your teacher is looking over your shoulder and you can't play it anymore. And that's why nowadays a lot of students bring the iPad to the music school and the silent piano, and they play the tune. And if they are by bike, you can't bring the silent piano, and then you can switch to the built-in synthesizer, and then it will play. Let me see, where's the volume? There's the volume. It will play the same exercise directly from the iPad. It's so cool, isn't it? Can you do that with an acoustic piano? No. You can only do that with an acoustic piano combined with a silent system. I have another app with me called NoteStar. And NoteStar is an app where you can download songs like this. You can go out and you have a lot of songs in many, many different categories, 70s, 80s, 90s. What I can do, I can select, especially for Claire, I'm going to select a song from Adele, like this. And what you see, immediately, you see the score. And then if I push play, I immediately have a piano. And as you can see, it has the score, it has the guitar chords, it has everything. And the cool thing is, it even has the lyrics. Why does it have the lyrics? Because there's going to be a vocal as well.
When the rain is blowing in your face.
So, and you think, well, this is basically just a recording of an Adele song, but it's not. Because what I can do now, I can switch off the piano like this
to make you feel my love.
and play. So basically, it's a multi-track. That means I can have accompaniment and vocals all separated. Imagine you doing this at home. It's so much fun. I can show you something else. I'm gonna go back a bit like this. And instead of switching the piano off, I switch the vocal off. Ah! And then I can start singing myself.
Okay. See.
Shall I do that?
Yeah.
I'm a great singer.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Okay, so you can change the key straight away into something else. Or maybe this one. So it was B flat, and if you don't like B flat because it's too complicated, you just go to A or anything you want to do. C major, everything. Like I said in the beginning, I want you to try these headphones. I think we are going to have 2 headphones per piano, right? That's going to be great. So you can sit here. I have a massive bench, as you can see. So you can sit with 5 people. Okay, are you with me? Okay, keep it up, keep it up.
Far forward.
I want the
I don't want to
Yamaha
look
logo behind.
Bigger. I thought you popped a balloon. Where else is there a balloon?